Welcome to the Michigan Pour. I'm Dan Burrows.
I'm Brent Wentz.
And tonight we are at the BGR Event Center for their very first annual Michigan Distillers. I don't want to say festival. It's not really a festival. It's a bourbon night. It's a very crafted, small venue.
Yeah, very intimate.
Yeah, one-on-one with the distillers.
Yep.
It'll be a fun night.
Yeah.
First here, we're going to take a second and have a little interview with Jenny, the owner and the host of this party. And then after that, we'll get right to the party. All right, guys, we are here with Jenny, the host and owner of this amazing event. This is an amazing venue.
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about it.
Thanks. Well, welcome to BGR Event Center. This is Bourbon Night. We're super excited. This is our inaugural night for our private tasting series. So we'll do more of these, but we really focus on Michigan made. So that's our sole focus, is kind of keeping the Michigan ecosystem going and having people see what's new and try different things that they may not normally try. So we'll do a curated portion here shortly, where we'll do some food pairings and
that's awesome.
Have a fun night, yeah.
Yeah, when I heard about this, I was like, oh, this is great.
We got to go to that.
Like, we have to be part of this.
Yeah.
Definitely different than what most people are used to.
Right.
Yep.
But
I mean, yeah. So, guys, we're going to get to the event here, but you got to keep up with us, and we'll be sharing and any future events, and it's going to be a fun time.
All right.
It
We'll
is.
see you guys in a bit.
Table. How many people are familiar with us? I know you guys are. We've been on your podcast, so I'm very familiar with these gentlemen. So, well, excellent. I'll give you the elevator pitch for the business at the very least. So, we are one of Grand Rapids' oldest distilleries. We've been around for about 11 years at this point. We are one of the few distilleries in the state that can say that we are 100% milled and distilled in-house as well. So, all of our grain is coming from the state of Michigan. We use about 3 different Michigan Union farms for all of our grain. So nothing's coming from out of state. We're not sourcing from somebody else. We're making sure that, with such an agrarian culture inside of our state, that we're kind of paying homage. Is that Pink Pony? That's really funny. We just had a meeting with them this morning. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. That's my parents' favorite bar too. So I'm so sorry. So where was I? So we're happy to say that that with how agrarian the culture is within Michigan, that we're able to pay homage to it and able to support that as much as we possibly can. So on top of that, we operate about 3 locations right now too. We have the main location on Leonard Street. We have a location in Grand Haven, and then we also have Less Traveled, which is going to be out in Cherry Street in Easttown and Grand Rapids. That's just purely our cocktail lounge. So anybody have any questions about the distillery proper? Or I know you guys do. Well, I have 3 options tonight that we're pouring for whiskey. I brought in our American corn whiskey. So that is going to be 100% Michigan corn inside of there. We then take that after distilling it, age it inside of a barrel that we use for our straight bourbon for about 2 years. Excuse me. I know that I'm supposed to be talking about pairings. I mean, the corn whiskey is pretty simple. I know with a lot of corn whiskeys, the overall perception of them is they're really chalky. They're very dry. Ours, because it spent some time inside that bourbon barrel, has a nice sweetness to it. So I've been recommending, if you guys are interested in that, pairing it with something that has like high salt or high pepperiness to it. So any of the sort of cured meats that are on here will make a nice sort of balance between the two. I also have our smoked whiskey sour. So that's going to be a 3-year aged bourbon, our lemon sour mix that's made in-house. And then we also use a smoked lapsang souchong tea. Lapsang souchong has a natural smokiness to it. So we kind of just galvanize that by smoking it in-house. And then inside the bright tank that we carb everything, we whirlpooled the lapsang souchong inside of there. It was a way that we were able to sort of infuse it with the smoke without actually having smoke in front of you. I will say that is carbonated. It's strictly only carbonated because it keeps it shelf stable. It's not supposed to impart most of the time you get a whiskey sour, it's going to have egg white in it. It's not going to have any carbonation. So I was definitely, as a previous bartender, kind of a stickler of like, well, is it really a whiskey sour? But when I was told that I wanted to put egg white in there, I was like, well, it would no longer be shelf stable and it would become an omelet after a year. So we're not going to serve it like that. And then for VIP, I brought in one of my favorite of our cask series bourbons. That's going to be our apple cask. So that is going to be, we make an apple brandy. We make it yearly. We usually are partnered with People's Cider Company on it. So they get juice from heirloom apples for it. That gets pressed down for us. We're able to ferment that and then distill it. And then that gets aged inside of a barrel that we previously used for bourbon for about 2 years. For the apple brandy cask, we then take everything out of that apple brandy barrel, bottle it, and then take 5-year, 3-month bourbon and put it back in there for an additional 6 months. I like that one personally. I am a big cider fan. I'm also a big wine fan, and apples are something that we can talk about the terroir of in the state. It's one of the few fruits that we have that it's like we can actually talk about like heirloom apples pretty extensively in the history of them here. So it's cool that we're able to do that, and it is truly a marriage of like here's everything that represents the state of Michigan distilled into one bottle. From farm to glass on that one. So highly recommend that. Yeah, I will say you have to like apples to enjoy it though. So if you don't like apple at all, don't get that one. But for pairing wise, I would say you can kind of go 2 routes with it just because there's so much going on with it. If you wanted it to be a bit more desserty, the candied nuts that you have would be a great pairing with it. I would stay away from the meat with that one a little bit just because I think it would maybe throw some cloying and some off flavors. But any of the sharper cheeses, if you wanted to kind of compare and contrast in the palate, would be solid. So the smoked Gouda would be an excellent option, as well as it looks like you ate all the white cheddar, so don't get that one. So any questions about the distillery, best practices from us, or anything else?
I don't feel like I have anything to say to you guys because like you all know everything about us.
Can't possibly know everything.
Let me tell you what I told everybody else. So back in about 2015, my best friend and I were sitting on the back porch of my house drinking beers. And we don't drink beers though. He drinks rum, I drink whiskey. We're just not beer guys. We had a few drinks. I had a good week as a salesman at the time. He's an engineer by brain, and engineers do have different brains, right? Engineers have different brains. And we got to drinking, and we went, Grand Rapids has a phenomenal beer experience already. Northern Michigan and Southwest have these wine communities that are developing very rapidly. And we said, what's the next evolution? We said a distillery. I'm a whiskey guy, he's a rum guy. We start to drink a few more and we think, yes, a distillery. We're going to take over the world. We'll be the biggest one ever. Have a few more drinks. We're going to be the greatest. I'll be honest with you. I chalked it up to us sitting on the back porch talking. The very next day, the poor guy gets an appendicitis and goes into the hospital. He actually has complications where he's in the hospital a couple extra days. Usually that's an in and out procedure. While he's in there, he gets out his laptop computer and he Googles legal distillery. After he comes out of the hospital, he looks at me and he goes, hey, we can do that if you want. And I went, do what? He goes, that distillery thing. Oh, you were serious? I thought we were just drinking. We have a lot of great ideas when we're drinking. And that was really the reason that Michigan Moonshine exists. After that, he went down to Kentucky and he learned from the experts. I started working on what does the legality of Michigan require. And then we came back together and we started Michigan Moonshine, opened in 2019. Well, if you know anything about March of 2019, that was a great time to open. St. Patrick's Day. The bartender worked his butt off that day. He worked for me that day. And we were packed from open to close. In fact, we even got the cops called on us that night. And we were already closed down. All the lights were off. Just my family and Dustin and some really good friends had helped us out that day. We were sitting around the bar and I said, you guys all worked your butts off today. Let me get you a drink as a thank you for helping today. We had no idea that this thing was even going to go well. All of a sudden, my brother-in-law goes, you want to talk to the cops? I go, why? He goes, they're standing at your front door. So I go over and It was like 11 o'clock at night, though. It wasn't even that bad. So I go over and I got a little bit of a sharp wit. And I unlocked the door that was locked. All the lights are off, just the lights over the bar. So we're pretty dark. And I opened up the door and I said, sorry, guys, we're closed. They didn't think that was that funny. I thought it was hilarious. We had a noise complaint. Our first day being open.
From where?
Excuse me. That's a great question. That's a great question.
Living upstairs.
Well, they don't live there anymore. So we have 3 products that we brought for you to try this evening. Our number 1 selling product and our first flavored product that we ever created was blueberry moonshine. It reminds me of picking wild blueberries on my grandpa's farm up in Grant, Michigan, which we used to do. The number 1 selling cocktail in the summertime is our blueberry moonshine with lemonade, which we do have a mixer here if you want to try it that way. When it comes to fall and winter time, we were able to create a product called apple pie moonshine, or what a lot of folks call a warm hug from an old friend. We use only Michigan grain in all of our products, but what's unique about apple pie is we use only Michigan Honeycrisp apples. We sous vide Honeycrisp apples, brown sugar, cinnamon, and our 80-20 wheat moonshine for 3 hours. Then we strain off all the solids, and this is what we're left with. In the fall and in the wintertime, we mix this with cranberry juice, and that's our number 1 fall and winter cocktail. And then just this morning, we harvested a barrel of bourbon. Our barrels of bourbon are really unique because at 83 proof, there's only 87 of these in existence. And only the people in this room know that it exists. Even my Club Moonraker members don't know this exists.
I won't send it right now.
Don't you dare. So I have the first 12 bottles of that with me today. This is a 60% corn, 20% wheat, 20% rye. I would have to say that if we ever did come up with what is our house bourbon going to be, this is probably the grain mash we go with because we're extremely happy with how this product exists. And in a 15-gallon barrel, 12 months gets us a complex bourbon, which if we let it go like 20 or 24 months, we would probably over-oak it. So it wouldn't be very good. We have to make sure we pull it at the right time. And that's usually between about 10 and 14 months. And this one did go 12. Actually, it went 13. Good thing I looked at that. I would have really looked at it there. So we have the bourbon available to pour. We have the apple pie, the blueberry, and the mixers all available for you. We have about a 75-seat barbecue restaurant, which I would love to see you all in. Date night, let's go. Everything's made from scratch. Pork, chicken, brisket, smoked in-house. We have a new chef that is doing a phenomenal job for us. And we're kind of relaunching the company now that COVID doesn't exist anymore. So thank you guys for coming out and being a part of an event like this. It means the world to small guys like us. And I love that these are all Michigan distilleries. That's the cool part. These are guys that I'm happy to do business with. And they're kind of all my buddies. We walk in and all give each other hugs because we see each other. You know, that we're lucky to see each other when we do get to. So that's my spiel about Michigan Moonshine. Dustin, how did I do?
Not too bad.
Oh, thank you.
What size still do you run?
Well, I'm glad you asked. We have a 100-gallon oil-jacketed four-plate reflux still. Made by Affordable Distilling, USA.
From Mammoth Distilling over there in the little corner. These are my buddies. You guys are my buddies. We haven't met yet, but we're still buddies. So yeah, we are one of the exuberant blending houses and distilleries here in Michigan. We have 6 tasting rooms around Michigan. We have one here in Grand Rapids off of Wealthy Street. We have one downtown in Adrian, one on Central Lake, Petoskey Bay Harbor area, Traverse City, Bel Air. My timing is way off, so before I go any further, does anybody want to order anything from Charles? We've got our great 95 proof cherrywood finished bourbon. We've got our rye number 4, small batch experimental blend, apple finishes, and then the cast strength woolly rye. All of them are absolutely phenomenal. You're not going to go wrong.
What do you mean?
I know you guys are all very well familiar with Mammoth line.
Meat and cheese.
Are you guys familiar with the Mammoth line? You did it. Oh, phenomenal. That's so much fun. I've been trying to talk more about that. So since I've joined, I joined the brand in November 24th. And once I realized like what these blends are and like what we can do with them and how we offer them, I've been really trying to drive them into like the private sector, right? Like doing house parties, doing private events, whatever else. We're wanting to clarify that that's all in the up and up. But to me, I think since we have every kind of license that exists that would be necessary, a catering license, I'm licensed, we have all that from the MLCC. I think that should be fine and dandy, especially if we're going into somebody's home and we're doing like a private party. I think we should be good to go. I think. I don't know the law all that well. And liquor law is one of the most convoluted that there ever is.
They have their own versions.
Exactly. So hopefully, that's something that I'll be able to maintain. But edit this part out. I don't always follow the rules very well. So if it happens, it happens. And more power to me. Exactly. But I just love that idea. I'm trying to even drive that into the retail stores. Like, we guys, the Michigan Pour.
Yes, the Michigan
Pour. So I wanted to call you the original.
Yeah.
we did a blend for Rishi's called Michigan Mammoth Mayhem.
Michigan
Mayhem. Mischief.
Did you get the cask?
I got the cask.
One of them.
Yes, you got the whole cask.
Yes.
I need the cask.
Let's do this. So we're all very well familiar with the single barrel programs that exist out there in the retailers, and that's all fine and fun. And it's interesting being able to go down to the distilleries or have them send you up samples, but at the same time, you have a selection of 3 or 4 barrels, and that's that. If you don't find one that you really, really like, you either have to take a pass or say, well, I guess we'll just go with this one, right? And some of the distilleries are so, full of their own selves. If you don't pick one of those 3 or 4, they're going to say, okay, well, then you're done. You're off of our list, right? So that's just BS. But these blends, I think, elevate that single barrel program to where it literally is curating your very own, obviously, because we can do it in a bulk level. So you get a group of people that are regulars at any one given store. You get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them together, work out blends, and ultimately decide on one specific. I mean, that's creating a whole nother experience that these single barrels just don't offer in that regard either. The same things are happening. You're getting around tasting whiskey, talking about it, whatever else, but rather than just saying, I like this one best, I like that one best, we are saying, okay, this is a blend that I made. I like this one out of the 5 that I made. You like this one out of the 3 you made. So now let's all decide which one's the best out of all of these. And that's the one that we're going to go for. That's the one that this store is going to put their sticker on it. And on top of it, monetarily speaking, the second best part, or the 4th, or the 7th, or the 20th best part about it, our minimum order is only 48 bottles. So less than an actual true quarter barrel's worth, right? Where a quarter barrel's about like 60 plus bottles roughly. So you're not even having to spend money on a half barrel. You're spending on a less than a quarter of a barrel, and you already have maybe upwards of 10 people involved.
So hi, my name is John Savage with Ironfish Distillery. Ironfish Distillery is Michigan's first farm distillery. Started in 2016. We turned 10 years old this year, and we're super excited about it. On the table here, we have our Mad Angler Bourbon. The Mad Angler line features 100% estate grain whiskey, or estate grain. So this is going to be our Mad Angler Bourbon. 7th iteration, 7 years, and we're super excited for it. This guy right here is going to be our 4-cask bourbon. So 4 separate barrels, rum, sherry, cognac, and maple finish, blended to make one spirit. Went double platinum in the Ascot Awards this year, so we're super stoked about that. And this is our Salted Maple Old Fashioned. Salted Maple Old Fashioned was the #1 selling cocktail at our distillery. Features our maple bourbon, barrel-aged maple syrup, bitters, and then salt. We just make it in big batches, put it right in the bottle. Great cocktail for the fridge.
You want to grab one, Dan?
We gotta do the Mad Angler.
Do the Mad Angler.
Yeah.
I feel like we got the music ripping a little loud.
Yep.
As well. Thank you. I might have had this already, but it's one of my favorites. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, this actually just came out last Wednesday. What do you think?
So good.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, so we released every year we come out with the Mad Anglers. Obviously, 2 years ago was a 5-year. Last year was a 6-year. This year we're super excited how it came out. We feel like it kind of has a nice real roundedness to it.
That is so good.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's just hitting shelves this week and next week, depending on delivery dates. So please grab them if you see them. There's only a small amount of them.
Perfect.
And then upcoming releases next month, for the first time ever, the Arctic Grayling rye is going to actually hit distribution. So it's used to be just a distillery exclusive, but we have a small allocation that we're parting out to our partners. And yeah, I'm super
That's
excited.
another killer.
Yeah, yeah. And it's supposedly this year, at least everyone at the distillery, I haven't tried it yet, but they're saying it's the best estate grade stuff we've ever done.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm excited
All right.
for that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys.
That's a wrap.
Well, that was a great first event.
Oh man, great inaugural. We had a lot of fun. We learned a lot.
It was nice seeing a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, it was great getting to see everybody.
Got a lot of cool things in the works.
Yep.
More cool events coming up. Working
Yeah.
with BGR events, Jenny.
Yep. Yeah.
So, we can't wait to see what the future holds.
There's gonna be
there.
another one in the fall, so guys, be ready for that, and we'll let you know details when they come out.
Yeah, this is a great honor to be part of this.
So much fun.
So as always, guys,
Yeah.
happy pours.
Happy pours.